So today I'm going to show you how to create, well, not really create, but get rid of blemishes in a photograph. This is a picture I found on Google. So I wasn't using somebody that I knew, just for the fact of showing you how to do this. Anyways, we're going to use the spot healing brush tool. If you hit letter J on your keyboard, it's going to pull it up in your menu over here. And so you can see it's a J, that's a shortcut. And it is the top tool that looks like a little band-aid with some little marching ants close to it. Now, want to make sure once you have this selected that you come up here and you look at your brush type. It's the size of it, so you can move that up and down. The mode is right now it's on screen, and it really has to be on normal for this to work correctly. And you want to make sure for what I'm doing right now that I'm keeping it on content aware. The brush is going to select the area around the brush to fill in the brush. Does that make sense? Let me just show you what I mean. If I click over that pimple, it disappears. It selects parts of the skin to fill in where you want it to. I typically like to use a smaller brush, and you can make your brush smaller using the brackets on the keyboard next to the letter P. And let me show you why I like to use a smaller brush. And if you see, I'm just clicking, but if I use a big brush and I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna go and clean her up really quick, and now she doesn't have an eye, which is kind of a fun effect if that's some cyborg thing you're going for. Command Z undoes that on the keyboard. Gonna make that a little smaller again. Anyways, I'm just gonna quickly clean her up just to show you that is how you get rid of pimples quickly on your face. You can think of a million reasons why you would want to use this. I wish it worked like this in real life. Well, now this is what you've got. So we've got, she's nice and clean, but you can still see she has a lot of pores and textures on her face. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a copy of the background by dragging that background layer to that little square. That's the, if you just click on it, it creates a new layer. Otherwise, if you drag your existing layer to it, it's going to create a copy. Now, I want to make her look angelic and soft. So to do that, I'm going to add a filter. I'm going to go to Filter, Other, and High Pass. Now, a high pass filter technically adds a lot of detail into an image, so you'd use it in like landscapes and stuff like that. But we're going to be a little sneaky here and use it for something else. Now, this is an image I got off the internet, so the pixels are going to be different for any photo. It depends on what how big your image is that you're working with. But I like the look of this right here, where the image is just showing through the gray and it's being outlined. And then just hit OK. And now this is where the magic happens. So you have the blending mode over here for your layer. Right now it's set to normal, and in order for the high pass to work, you have to set the normal to overlay. So the high pass filter is overlaying your original layer. Now what makes this work, you can tell, you're like, what? She is all grainy and she looks worse. Well, a high pass filter adds in details, but if we were to invert it, go up to Image, Adjustments, and Invert, or hit Command I. Ooh, she's all soft. But now she's too soft. Now she looks blurry. Her hair is blurry, her eye's blurry, but her skin looks nice. So to solve that problem, you're going to come down to the Layer Mask option, which is right down here. It's the little white square with the black dot in the center. When you click that, this option pops up. You can see the white square in that layer. Now I'm going to go to my paintbrush, hit letter B on my keyboard, and I'm going to go choose a soft brush. You can tell the difference between the hard and the soft. And I'm going to change my flow to about where it was, around 40 or 50. This is going to allow you to lightly paint back in the details. And you do that by creating a mask. So if I just go over her eye, you can see it's not a very high quality photo to begin with, but the details are coming back in. Now, make my brush a little smaller. You need to have eyebrows. Eyebrows are important. Just a few more details in her lips. And definitely in the hair. So you can see she now looks all soft and clean. And look over here in your little layer mask. You see the little funny little face we drew using the black paintbrush? It's essentially a mask that's like poking holes through this top layer to reveal the layer below. So if I poke the eye, you can see how the image was originally before we added the inverted high pass filter to soften her skin. Now, if it's still too soft for you, you can always turn down the opacity. But look at that. There you go. Pretty simple. Not too many steps. It's just trying to remember to invert the high pass filter and overlay it. That's the main thing to remember. So I hope this worked for you, and thanks for watching.